I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Very good morning, a beautiful morning greets you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Happy Wednesday, get in there, Zoe. Get in there, Leanne. Get in there. Everyone feeling good, eh?
Feeling fantastic. Now, I hope the same applies to our first two guests this morning. Francois and Marlene, when we met them about a month ago, I asked them if they are really crazy because they were about to undertake a 1,500-kilometer walk in aid of raising awareness around mental health issues. Yeah, very good cause at the moment, and they are here, they are safe, but I think they are crazy. We'll find out how that journey was in a moment.
It'll be great to catch up with them. And then, of course, we have some exclusive news for you from the bold and the beautiful team, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out what that is.
Is it Ridge and Taylor again and broken in the middle?
I can't reveal. My sources say you have to stay tuned.
And then something that I wish I'd learned really early on is financial intelligence and understanding the value of money. Don't worry, Nikki Bush is in the house and she's going to give our parents tips on how to make sure that happens.
Yeah, you got to start them off with the hard chores. Clean the house the whole weekend and I'll pay you a whole $5,000. That's how you're going to start it off. And then listen, we're going to get some music today from the 1925 band in the house. You got to check out their jackets. Turn around, gents. Look at that. Styling. Styling.
Swag.
These guys not only harmonize in three parts vocally, but whistle-wise as well. What do you even call that? A whistler's harmony? Hey?
Wow. I can't whistle.
You can't whistle? That was half whistle, half. Anyway, there's a lot coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I hope you enjoy it with us. But let's start off the day by taking a look at all the temperatures around the country.
Good morning, team. Very warm up from my side. Let's have a feel-good Wednesday together. Now, according to the South African Weather Service, rather icy cold temperatures are expected for most parts of the country this morning, reaching mild temperatures a little bit later on today, also bringing rain to the east coast. So keep warm today, South Africa. Polokwane begin op 9 grade minimum en 'n maximum 25. Mobela 10, 24. Pretoria begin op 10 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 24. Johannesburg 8 grade minimum en 22 later. Mahikeng 10, 25. Klerksdorp begin op 7 en dit styg na 'n maksimum van 24. Kimberley 10 ook 24. Bloemfontein 6 grade, lekker koel, maar dit styg na 'n warmer 22. Richards Bay 11, 21. Pietermaritzburg 8 en 'n maksimum van 19. Durban 14 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 20. Jy kan ook 'n paar buie verwag deur die loop van jou Woensdag. Mthatha starting off on 7 degrees minimum with a maximum 21. East London 13, 20. Cradock starting off on 6 minimum with a mild 24 later on today. Port Elizabeth 13, 22. George 12, 22. Sutherland starting off on a cold 3 degrees minimum, but then warming up to 21 later on today. Cape Town 12, 20. Worcester 6, 26. Springbok starting off on 5 minimum with a maximum 26 degrees. And Uppington on 11 this morning, and it reaches a rather hot maximum of 29 degrees. That's a wrap for your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your Wednesday, as we always do. I'll be back in half an hour's time just after 7 with another look.
Well, as you can see, it is a misty morning here in Cape Town, so do allow for some extra travel time along the Atlantic seaboard area. But let's take a look at the rest of your traffic. We start off in Gauteng and Fourways. Now, roadworks and construction on Cedar Road is causing heavy delays between Fourways and Broadacres. And moving to the Western Cape in Athlone, there's a stationary taxi on the N2 inbound. That's just after Jan Smuts Drive. The emergency lane is blocked, so please approach with caution. That's where we leave your traffic for now. I'll bring you another update in half an hour.
Mom, I fought a dragon. Of course there's a scratch.
So this morning I mentioned that we are joined on the show by some inspired South Africans from the Crazy for Walking campaign who had decided to take on the challenge to walk all the way from Pretoria to Cape Town to raise awareness around mental illness here in South Africa. So yesterday their walk successfully came to an end here in the mother city, and this morning members from the Crazy for Walking team join us to chat about their epic journey. Welcome back, Francois Lowe and Marlene van der Berg. You are crazy. You've proven it. You are crazy for walking. Well done, guys. Please, can we show the lovely socks and
so
the
there we are. Huh? We did it.
Well done, man.
Yes, we did it.
Francois, you've been fist pumping since you've walked into the studio.
Thanks for having us back. This is
You've
just
earned the right. If anyone has earned the right, you really have. What was the experience like, Marlene? You've survived.
We've survived, and it was awesome. It was wonderful. I think reconnecting with South Africa, if you go 6 kilometers an hour, you see everything. And the people and how amazing it was, and actually the message being spread. So for us as walkers, it was awesome to be part of this journey and to just see people respond to the message and say, we want help and we need to talk about mental illness. So really, really very cool.
And I think so cool to see that effect actually happening right in front of you.
Exactly.
It's not happening in the lofty towers, it's on the street.
Yes.
I would imagine every step of the way had its obstacles, its challenges. What really stood out for you? What was the toughest part of the journey?
Well, we got all the weather. You know, I mean, we got it all the seasons, all the weather, which was great, you know, because it's kind of symbolic to the road and, you know, the distance someone's got to go when they're really struggling with mental illness. So all of that was just contributing to the vibe and to the dynamic, you know, of this whole journey.
How important was the team in completing this? What did you learn about yourselves through this journey?
I think the team was crucial. And as Francois says, it's such a metaphor for life. Sometimes you really need someone to say, I'm with you, I'm keeping pace with you, it's one step in front of the other. And sometimes you need to be sent off on your own and then kind of journey with yourself in it. It was a beautiful experience.
Take those baby steps for yourself.
Exactly.
Long, hard roads ahead, you know, but then looking back, seeing we've covered all this distance, there's just that piece left, you know. So,
He's my brother. He ain't heavy. I'll carry him.
Exactly.
I love the fact that underpinning this entire journey, well, yes, a great achievement for you, it was all about spreading awareness and getting people to actually, I think, for themselves take cognizance. What was that public response like? How
behind the scenes saying, I really need help. Thank you. You guys are giving us a voice. You know, so we are so pleased with what's happening. We're overwhelmed in a sense, you know, with we need help. We need help. My sister this, my father this. I'm in this trouble.
Behind. And I think more importantly, let's all do our part to break down that stigma around mental health issues. Boom. I hope this is not an invitation to walk to Cairo. I'll do it, guys. Well done. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thanks, sir.
Thank you so much, G. Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning. And our post this morning is about the UN's 6th International Day of the Girl Child. That is what today is all about. And we want to know, what can you do to empower the girls in your community? Such an important task. Sipilele says, morning, my Expresso good-looking presenters. Hello, Sipilele. I would like to start poetry classes, but not for girls only, for every child who is in love with words. That's very powerful. Maritza says, my advice to young ladies out there is to become independent. Don't wait for things to happen. Make it happen. Valdine says, the advice I can give them is to study, fight for what you want, and believe, and don't give up. And then Matoma says, the advice I would give them is that they must work hard this term so they could progress. I love this. Very, very, very nice. And Vincent said, I can form a soccer team to make them play every time. That's very, very cool. Well, our Banyana soccer team is really good. So thank you so much, guys, for all of your comments. Keep them coming. We want to know, what can you do to empower the girls in your community to be the best they can be?
Sisters are doing it for themselves. That's how I'm empowering all the girls out there.
That's
just
amazing,
singing for you, dancing for you. But listen, stay tuned. After the break, we talk exclusive news from the cast of The Bold and the Beautiful.
Yeah, and we're also hanging out with our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, about educating your children around the value of money, all right?
Yeah,
so we would love to have your input as well. Let us know if you have a comment on or a question. How do you go about educating your kids about money? 021 430 9881. We want to hear from you.
Does it really grow on trees?
I don't know.
So we still have 2 more days of this competition, and we need your help. And we need your help. So head over to Samsung SA social media, use the hashtag #SocialStar, and vote for your favorite. There's Team Dennis, Team Keegan, and Team Moi. So you know who to vote for, right? Okay, so head over to their socials today and vote. So we still have 2 more days of this competition and we need your help. So head over to Samsung
SABC 3, our favorite network.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hope you didn't miss us too much. Well, since it's Wednesday and that tune means only one thing, time for us to take a look at what our local stars have been up to.
I'm going to give you guys the travel feels this morning because a few weeks ago, Joanne Strauss was in studio and she told us about the exciting competition Social Star, which was set to take place in Mauritius. Well, the competition is in its final stages and Joanne shared stunning pictures of herself on her travels in the picturesque paradise. From beach trips to taking in the sights, Joanne really seems to be enjoying it all. Lovely. Also enjoying it is our very own Moyine Olorentoba, who has made it to the top 3 in the competition. That's why you don't see her. She's living it up. Amazing. So we're very proud of our girl and certainly hope that she comes out tops. She's I got my money on her.
You got your money on her?
My data on her.
yeah. All right, that's
We've also
cool.
got a very special report from Moyine about her experience there a little bit later on, so stay tuned for that.
Excellent, excellent. Everyone seems to be having a great time out there in Mauritius.
Absolutely. So, guys, imagine being given 75,000 Rand. How would
like
you
right
feel?
now?
Like just 75,000
Rand. Use it for whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards the wedding of your dreams. Okay. Now, imagine having to put it all together in 3 days because this is the brand new show on SABC3 called Married in a Flash. That's what the premise is all about. Engaged or long-term couples are given 75,000 Rand to put on their dream wedding in just 3 days, making it an exciting debut tonight, actually. The show sees a couple who met via a dating app clash because he wants to get married in court, but she wants her fairy tale wedding. Will it be a white wedding or will they be doomed from the very beginning? You can find out tonight. Married in a Flash at 7:30 p.m. only on SABC.
I know a few girls who'll be able to do that in 2 days because we've already got our Pinterest boards.
Yeah,
We've been planning.
But I can see where he's coming from, you know? Drop like 5 grand at the court, sign the papers, and then honeymoon, 70,000 just.
I just want to tell my family now already. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all. Okay?
What?
So I'm probably going to have a very small wedding because weddings are expensive.
Okay.
So there will be cake and tea. Okay. And then hubby and I, Idris, are going to go overseas for a very amazing honeymoon. So be prepared now already.
So we mustn't expect like parades along the street.
No. Did we get an invite at least?
Absolutely.
What if hubby can, you know?
Oh, no, if he can. If he's like, who lives like this,
I mean,
then it's a different situation.
Idris has a bank figure with like 6 or more, right? So he's okay.
Yeah.
So don't think small, girl, you know? Let your mind go. Okay. All right. Anyway, thanks very much for that, Leanne. Let's talk news from the world of soap opera. Now, SABC3's most loved show, The Bold and the Beautiful, have some very, very exclusive news for us, their South African audiences. They've been broadcasting for 30 years years now. Can you believe we've known characters, seen them come and go? And we recently got the scoop on some very exclusive information and news from the production. And in fact, favorite cast members like Carla Mosley, Heather Tom, and Jacob Young have a very special message just for us.
Moweni, South Africa.
Sabi Bonani to all of our family at Expresso. Hudia Mora, SABC 3, our favorite network.
Grab me my
So we have some news, you guys, right?
Yes.
You want to tell them?
Well, no, you want to break it? Ladies first.
Oh, we're coming to see you. We're coming to South Africa, and we cannot wait to see all of our fans.
Yeah.
We're so excited. So be sure to stay tuned to SABC 3 for details, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
What?
Wow, that's amazing. I love them. They were like Moweni.
Yeah, they
were
did the whole thing. Yeah.
So cool.
All they needed there was just away.
Hey.
And then they would have just like,
And did you see the flags?
Hey, South Africa,
My
we
African
love you. Beautiful stuff. So as you did here now, make sure that you stay glued to SABC's social media platforms for all the details. And also we have the opportunity to chat to the cast a little bit later on. So keep it locked on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Now, we've been running an exciting competition on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and the winner of which will receive a 500 Rand Woolworths gift card. Now, while the final competition is still ongoing, we'd like to announce the winner of the most recent competition right now. And one very lucky winner is Lynette Procopis. So congratulations from Pretoria for winning yourself that gift card. Now, this is her winning post, a screenshot of her favorite Expresso presenter's outfit found on the new Woolworths app Fashion Carousel. And it's the edition off-the-shoulder play suit that I got to wear on the show just last week. And I think, you know, it's the perfect summer wardrobe staple. So congratulations, Lynette, for winning yourself that gift card. And if you at home would like to also stand a chance to win 500 Rand Woolies gift card, here's what you need to do. You download the new Woolworths app. Once on it, you scroll to the As Seen on Expresso and Afternoon Express Fashion Carousel. And once you're there, you can swipe left to right and choose your favorite item from this week's presenter's wardrobe. Once chosen, take a screenshot of the item and then post your screenshot as a reply to the competition found on Expresso Show's Facebook page. And this is also the last competition to win yourself a fantastic gift card. So be sure to get in your entries in, and all you have to do is just download the new Woolworths app, and we're one step closer to some amazing summer style. And if you'd like to know how to download it, well, it's simple. We're going to make it pretty straightforward for you, and we'll send you the link to the app straight to your phone by you sending us the keyword app to 33728 if you have access to the App Store, or if you're an Android user, SMS the keyword play to 33728. We'll make sure that link gets sent to your phone. Those SMSs will only cost R1.50 and no free SMSs apply. That competition will end tomorrow, a minute away from midnight, so make sure you get those SMSs in. T's and C's do apply.
So we live in an increasingly digital world, and it's becoming, I think, more and more difficult to teach our children the value of money between debit cards, credit cards, ATMs, EFTs. Where do we begin to teach them about the value of every hard-earned cent when Dad is the ATM?
Oh, man, this is the thing. Like, we have Nikki Bush, our creative parenting expert in studio, to talk about just that. Nikki, lovely to have you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we would also love to know from here if you have any questions or comments, or want to share how you go about it. 021 430 9881. That's where you can get in touch with us. Now, I've got this thing with my two boys, all right? Whenever we go to the shops, they love seeing me put the card in, and they love kind of, I teach Key and obviously teaching numbers, how to put the pin in and then remove the card. But I fear that they don't understand the kind of scale in terms of money that's behind that credit card. So at what age do we need to start thinking about teaching our children about money?
It starts from the very beginning. In fact, children give us the lead because, as you say, they like being involved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, you remember when your kids would take your wallet or your wife's purse and tip it out, and all the money is on the table or on the floor, and it's such a pain. But it's a wonderful way of teaching them, sorting, matching, categorizing, the 1 rands, the 2 rands, the 50 cents, the notes. So, that's kind of the beginning of financial literacy. But you're right, it is a problem today because they don't see much money changing hands. And we always talk about the fact that children learn learn best in the concrete, real.
Practical.
So give them the real
tactile,
stuff. And it's quite hard also security-wise because we don't carry a lot of money on our person, but we've got to start with pocket money. And we do that kind of from around between 3 and 5 years of age. We start giving our kids a little bit of money. In fact, from about 3 years of age, and I think you've got children in this category, you've got to have a piggy bank.
Yeah.
And you empty your wallet or your purse at the end of every day with all that change, and they need to put it in to that container and feel it getting heavier, and preferably to be able to see it growing. And we don't let them take that money out. So having a bit of a savings goal, and probably by about 5 years of age, understanding a savings goal is about right.
Go buy yourself a chappie. You can go and break the piggy bank.
Yeah, but you know, little things like taking them to, you know, the convenience store at the petrol station.
Yeah.
So around 5 or 6 years of age, giving them a little bit of money, and you can see them, so it's secure. You can see through the windows, and getting them to go and buy something small where they can go to the cashier, hand over the money, and get the change back. It's a good lesson to learn.
Don't start them out with a credit card.
You know what?
I'm worried about just giving them the pin. You know?
It's just fun and games for now. It's just fun and games for now. I understand that there's obviously a lot of work that still needs to take place, but it is, like you're saying, very difficult in a more digital world to kind of instill the money values with your children because there's not that exchange happening. So yeah, very, very interesting topic. We're going to continue with this topic a little bit later on this morning. Give us a call, 021 430 9881. We would love to hear from you.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And speaking of kids, there's one mom and her 2 daughters trending online. Hashtag all that is 3, and we'll take a look at their fashion.
All right, from one mom, 2 daughters to 3 brothers. We're doing a bit of a time travel this morning. A band called 1925, formed in 2011, performing in 2017. Live for you after the break.
Get a taste of the smooth life and win when you buy Tropica. Follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and stand a chance to win daily airtime prizes, weekly giveaways of Fujifilm Instax cameras, Daniel Klein His and Hers watches or travel vouchers. You could also win the grand prize of a trip for 2 to the Maldives and stay at the luxurious Adoran Resorts. Visit tropica.co.za for info and T's and C's.
33, 31, 25. Come on, you've got to be serious. It's more. Like we had it earlier. Swap out the tech quickly. And the dynamics change. We used to win the fights and who wins them now. Yes.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC 3. Right now, though, time to check out some of the interesting, funny and random things that we have stumbled across on social media. Graham, Zoe, some interesting stories.
Definitely the adorable factor. There's a mom and her 2 daughters making a lifetime of memories through fashion. And the mom is a fashion and lifestyle blogger. So she's been dressing her and her 2 girls the same. And they've just taken the internet by storm. And we just can't help but love their outfits and think it's absolutely adorable.
The little one is just too sweet,
Look
man.
at that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Having a lot of
very
fun.
Sweet, man.
That is very, very cool. Okay, well, we have one more story for you as well. Now, last week we shared 2 pups sharing a tennis ball, you know, some tennis ball love, and we're continuing with that kind of tennis ball love story, but this time around showing that 3 is in a crowd. It is just simply adorable. Let's check this out. You see, 2 tennis balls, and
bring in the squashy nose.
Squashy nose. Oh, you see now.
Get out of
it's
here.
like, guys, don't fight about this tennis ball.
The honest of that story. Oh, beautiful stuff.
So, just cuteness all around.
Hopefully that's spread a smile through your morning this morning. If not, well, let's take it to a higher level. We've got some fantastic music coming your way.
That we certainly do. 1925 band in the house. A band of brothers formed in 2011, making music, delighting crowds aplenty. Here they are performing music from their second album, which was released in September, called Eintlik Nogal Baie, and this is Fynbos.
Kaptoery. Mens is altyd te bang om seer te kry. Ek smeek en smeek vir jou om te luister, maar jy kyk my aan as ek vir jou fluister. Die pad is lank, draai is man, en die see is omgedraai as die aarde om jou spin. Onseker oor wat volgende gaan gebeur, die pand en diere verander als van kleur. Mag ek saamkom as jy weg wil gaan, mag ek omdraai as die son gaan lê, mag ek wegloop as jy voor my staan, maar in jou slaap skree jy my naam. In die fynbos skree jy my naam, in die kaap. In die fynbos skree jy my naam. As die wind oor die strande waai en gooi my weg vir die voels om in die hande te kry. Sê vir my, die dag is leeg en ek sal soek, dan maak ek het reg en skryf vir jou 'n boek. Mag ek saamkom as jy weg wil gaan, mag ek omdraai as die son gaan lê, mag ek wegloop as jy voor my staan, maar in jou slaap skree jy my naam. In die fynbos skree jy my naam, in die kaap. In die fynbos skree jy my naam. Daar's altyd 'n uitweg, daar's altyd 'n uitweg, daar's altyd 'n kort pad, daar's altyd 'n kort pad, daar's altyd 'n uitweg, daar's altyd 'n uitweg, en daar's altyd 'n kort pad. Daar's altyd 'n fynbos om die hand te vat. Mag ek saamkom as jy weg wil gaan, mag ek omdraai as die son gaan lê, mag ek wegloop as jy voor my staan, maar in jou slaap skree fynbos my naam.
Yeah, man. 1925 band on your feel-good breakfast show, making us feel real good on this Wednesday morning. Hope you enjoyed it. Link up with us on our Facebook page and let us know what you thought about that performance. We'll have more from the lads a little bit later on.
In the national news this morning, heavy rains and strong winds have wreaked havoc in parts of KZN, leaving at least 5 people dead, 5 hospitals partly destroyed and schools shut down. The massive storm hit the region yesterday, a day after similar storm conditions left parts of Gauteng devastated. While most of the storm has subsided, emergency teams remain on standby and civilians are urged to exercise caution. A strike looms at the cash-strapped Road Accident Fund, where workers have lodged several complaints, including malfunctioning air conditioning units, poor sanitation and assets, such as computers being attached to pay creditors. This comes after the Metal Workers Union, NUMSA, received a strike certificate from the Road Accident Fund yesterday. The union says that while they have been granted the strike certificate, they are hoping that the issues can be solved amicably. Now moving further abroad, Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont has said that his people voted for independence from Spain, but that he wants a negotiated solution with Madrid. He asked the regional parliament in Barcelona to suspend the effects of the vote so talks could begin, rather than breaking away immediately. Madrid, however, immediately responded by saying mediation to settle the nation's worst political crisis in decades was not on the cards. And then finally, Thai junta chief Prayut Chan-o-cha has announced that the region will hold elections on in November 2018, a date that will fall more than 4 years after he seized power in a coup. The election announcement comes after Prayut traveled to the US earlier this month to meet with President Donald Trump at the White House and embrace the junta chief was denied under Barack Obama's administration. Analysts, however, say the election will not restore the full-scale democracy that existed between the latest military takeover, a country that has seen more than a dozen coups since the end of the absolute monarchy in 1932. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's a look at what's happening in the world of sport.
We start on a dramatic note this morning. Cricket South Africa have announced that this year's inaugural Global T20 League is going to be postponed to November 2018. With the tournament originally set to get underway next month, the postponement comes 2 weeks after the tournament's main driving force, Haroon Logat, stepped down as CEO of Cricket South Africa. While CSA have given no specific reason to the postponement, it's been reported that a lack of a major broadcast deal and title sponsor were the main issues involved. Then on to football. Golden Arrows coach Clint Larson has been named as the Premier Soccer League Coach of the Month. That was after guiding his side to second place on the log. In 7 games played so far, Arrows have gone unbeaten with 3 wins and 4 draws, and that sees them 2 points behind league leaders Baraka FC. Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper and captain Itumeleng Khune walked away with Player of the Month award. Then staying with the beautiful game, the final round of European 2018 World Cup qualifying took place last night, and it saw Portugal and France secure the final 2 automatic spots at next year's showpiece. The 2016 European champions Portugal beat Switzerland by 2-0 to finish top of Group B, only ahead on goal difference. And in other results, France, they finished top of Group A with a 2-1 win over Belarus. Netherlands, they beat Sweden 2-0, while Belgium, they brushed aside Cyprus by 4-0. Then touching on tennis, there were no problems for world number 5 ranked Marin Cilic in the round of 32 at the Shanghai Masters yesterday as he beat Kyle Edmund in straight sets. The Wimbledon finalist powered his way through the 6-3, 7-6 win to set up a round 3 clash with either China's Di Wu or American Steven Johnson. Elsewhere, big wins for Kevin Anderson. He beat Adrian Manarino, and that was also in straight sets, while Misha Zverev, he retired hurt against fellow German Jan-Lennard Struff. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, on that note, let's take another look at your traffic, starting off at Gauteng and Benoni. Now, there's been an accident on the N12 westbound just before the Tom Jones Street exit, causing heavy traffic. Then moving to the Western Cape and Cape Town, where there's been a multi-vehicle accident that's on the N2 inbound just after Jakes Gerwel Drive. Now, the entry lane is blocked, so please approach with caution. That's where we leave your traffic for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Let's quickly take another look at your weather on your Wednesday morning. It's nice and misty in the mother city at the moment. But according to the South African Weather Service, nice and chilly temperatures can be expected for most parts of the country this morning, reaching mild temperatures later, and also some rain expected along the east coast today. Polokwane begin op 9 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 25. Mbombela 10, 24. Pretoria begin op 10 grade en dit styg ook na 24. Johannesburg 8 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 22 grade. Mahikeng 10, 25. Klerksdorp 7 en 'n matige 24. Kimberley 10, 24. Bloemfontein 6 grade minimum, lekker koud en dit styg na 22 later. Richards Bay on 11 with a maximum 21. Pietermaritzburg 8, 19. Durban 14, 20. Partly cloudy conditions with some showers expected still today. Mthatha 7, 21. East London 13 with a maximum 20. Cradock 6 and a mild 24 degrees. Port Elizabeth 13, 22. George 12, 22. Sutherland 3 degrees minimum with a maximum of a warmer 21. Cape Town 12, 20. Worcester 6, 26. Springbok 5, 26. And Uppington on 11 minimum, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 29 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We've got one update coming your way still just after 8.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Fuel My Festive indeed. Make your dreams a reality by filling up at BP. From now up until the 15th of December, BP are giving away 21 dream holidays every week. And you could be the lucky winner of 300,000 Avios points by entering the BP Fuel My Festive competition and start planning your dream holiday. And this is what some of you had to say about what your dream holiday would be.
That's right. We'll be taking a look at social media, and Vareshni Pillay says she will use it wisely, maybe touring SA, why go overseas when she has not explored South Africa yet, and her kids would just love the plane ride.
I think that's a brilliant idea. Then Tasneem Pandy saying we would love to go to Europe or anywhere out of the country with her hubby because she has never left South Africa. Holding thumbs.
Yes, and Bruce Jennings says would love to take his family to the Gold Coast of Australia and cruise the amazing scenic Great Barrier Reef.
Oh man, we're holding thumbs for you guys to stand a chance of winning. What you've got to do is fill up with your 400 Rand or more at any participating BP station. Then swipe your activated Avios card and you'll automatically be entered into the Fuel My Festive competition.
Now, if you don't have an Avios card, all you need to do is collect your Avios card from a participating BP station, register it at online, that's at avios.com, and start accumulating those entries by swiping your card every time you fill up for 400 Rand or more at BP. But for more info and all those T's and C's, visit expressoshow.com or bp.co.za.
All right, there's still lots more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show. In fact, Nikki might relate to this. You know how on adhesive tubes, one of the biggest warnings is do not ingest, because swallowing glue might be potentially fatal to you. But now, American and Australian scientists have invented a glue that patches up wounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Nikki Bush is in the house, our parenting expert, and she's going to teach us parents how to help our kids to learn how to budget. Yes, please.
Did
all
you
that
just
more
say
coming up
as
on our
parents?
Feel Good Breakfast show.
Your parents. Okay.
back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso, and time for us to now turn our attention to a daily tech update. Some exciting things.
Yeah, if you're like me, then the idea of even just getting stitches sends chills through your body. You've got bad memories. You just, but don't worry anymore, because American and Australian scientists have now invented a surgical glue that can be used to patch up wounds. That is absolutely amazing. You're looking at pictures of it right now, and it's called Metro. Now, it's designed to be used on open wounds that are at risk of reopening due to expansion and contraction of muscles. Things like a punctured lung, for example. Now, the glue is placed into the wound and then dried. It dries in as fast as 60 seconds using a UV light. So kind of like getting your nails done. But to be safe for use, of course, they've had to gone through a lot of tests. It had to be elastic, it has to be adhesive, non-toxic, and compatible with our tissue. So Metro now ticks all of these boxes, and it was actually inspired by a natural protein in the human body that helps our tissue to resume its original shape after being stretched or contracted. And it's been successfully tested on rodents and on pigs, and so the real-world application of it seems like it's going to be happening soon. I don't know, maybe. And emergency workers obviously will be loving this, because it's going to change their work quite a little bit. So, I mean, imagine cutting yourself and you're just going...
Yeah,
you know?
but even in disaster zones and moments of disaster, it's to help that moment of, you know, let's just get everyone patched up and move along.
Or a surgeon going, scalpel, suction, glue, and you're done.
Well, something quite exciting as well is that there's been some exciting news for South Africa, as a local business will be representing South Africa at the Startup World Cup in 2018. And what's really cool about this is that they're heading over to California. Yeah. And it's been announced that a local startup company will be, the name is called Empty Trips, and they're representing us in California at the World Cup 2018, as I said. Now, it's founded by a female entrepreneur, Benji Kutsia, the innovative business that makes use of shared economy model, and it's, you know, it made Uber and Airbnb famous. Now, basically, the concept is to fill empty transport space on trucks, trains, planes, and ships by linking users through their service, and they are able to then provide discount shopping to customers while helping transporters make extra money by filling otherwise unused space. And now they won the Startup World Cup in, well, if they win the Startup World Cup in California, they will also walk away with a cash prize of $1 million.
Wow.
Now, the business was launched less than a year ago and has already more than 160 companies signed up to their service.
That's brilliant.
It's all about using that unused space.
That's absolutely brilliant. I'd love to find out what else other countries have to bring to the table. But congratulations to Empty Trips and Ms. Kutsia, who has founded the company.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's the latest from the world of technology.
Very exciting times, but it's time for us to talk about schemes and scams when it comes to card fraud. Now, whether you're using a debit card or a credit card, you know what? A scallum is always going to try and get the money that's in your bank account, but with these tips from Sabric, you can stay one step ahead.
Now, criminals will go to great lengths to steal from their victims' bank accounts, and one of the ways that they do this is through card fraud. Now, from credit cards to debit cards, everybody is at risk, but luckily for us, we've got Culinary, the CEO of Sabric, the South African Banking Risk Information Center, to tell us how to keep our bank cards safe. Probably something that we should all be doing, because we all have some kind of banking system that's working for us through a bank card, whether it is a credit card or a debit card. And so I guess the first things first is, what types of card fraud exist out there? Is it called card fraud in general, or are there specific categories?
Well, there's various kinds of card fraud because of the different modus operandi. So you get card not present fraud. That's where you utilize your card where it doesn't need to physically be there, so your online transactions. Then you get counterfeit card fraud, where your card is cloned. So the perpetrator would have skimmed off the data that's on the back of the card on the brown mag strip, and then creates a new card and purports to be you and transacts. Then you get lost or stolen cards. So when your card is stolen, then of course the person would use it. If it's lost, got into somebody else's hands, again it's used. Then we have what is called issued not received cards. So sometimes a card is up for renewal and a new card is issued, and somebody intercepts that communication and goes and collects it. So you don't receive it, but they get it. So then they're in possession of your card. So you get various kinds of card fraud.
Yeah. So are you saying, I mean, one of the ones that you referred to, the perpetrator doesn't even have to have your card physically in order to transact on it. How is that even possible?
Well, that's card not present. So what they need to have, and you would know that if you're doing a transaction online, if you're buying, you need to have your card number, you need to have your expiry date, and you need to have the 3 numbers at the back of the card, which is the CVV number or the CVC number, as it's called sometimes. That's all you need. So if the perpetrator has access to that information, they can go ahead and transact as if they're you. And that's why we always say to people, make sure that you register for SMS notification, because if somebody is using your card, at least you'd get wind of it quickly, and you could, of course, call and stop that card. So you don't need to physically be there, and you can do these transactions.
All right, so then what do you do if you do suspect that there's been fraudulent activity on your card? There's a transaction that just popped into your SMS that you don't recognize or you don't remember making. What should you do?
Immediately, before anything else, you call the bank's call center number and you stop that card. That's why we always tell people to make sure that you keep your bank's call center number in your contacts all the time. Call them, stop that card immediately, and then, of course, you need to contact the police as well. If monies have gone, then you are a victim of theft. So, you know, you've got to let the police know as well.
Yeah. So how can, I mean, ultimately, individuals out there protect themselves from card fraud?
Well, you know, make sure, for one, that you don't share your card with anybody else. Don't give anybody your PIN number. Your card is for your own personal use. Your PIN number is your signature. So don't give it to other people to use. Make sure that when you're at an ATM that you also safeguard your card, that you make sure that you look after your PIN even at an ATM. If you're transacting in a shop, make sure that when the card is given back to you, that it is in fact your card before you put it back into your wallet. Make sure that when you're putting the PIN in, even at a point of sale device, that you cover the keypad when you're putting the PIN in, because it's, again, you don't want anybody else to know it. Look out to see if your card is not swiped through another device. It should always be done in your presence. In fact, our advice to bank customers these days is you don't even need to let the card out of your hand. You can ask to put it into the point of sale device. When you've done the transaction, you remove it, put it back into your wallet, so nobody else needs to touch your bank.
Wonderful advice, as always. Thank you so much. So you heard it here first. Always report a lost or a stolen card immediately. Don't even wait. If you'd like more tips on banking safely, then visit the SABRIC website, and you can also see them on Facebook and on Twitter, so that you can hashtag Wise Up and watch out.
Wise Up, watch out.
So from card fraud to the value of money, that's what we are talking about next, especially teaching you, your kids, the value of money. We're hanging out with our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, this morning. And a very, very interesting topic, I must say, indeed, Graham, for us dads especially.
Very much so. We don't want to become the ATMs ourselves. We're inviting your calls as well. We've got Moshe on the line right now. Very good morning.
Morning, guys.
Great to connect with you. Thank you so much for making that contact. Do you have a question or a comment relating to teaching your children to become money wise?
I'd just like to share my story. My daughter is about almost 2 years old, and since she was very, very small, we basically got a little piggy bank. And whenever we get small change in my purse or a friend gives her money, we will show her how to put it in the piggy bank. So now, when she's bigger, walking and driving us insane, when she gets money, she runs to the room, she gets a piggy bank, and she shows it to you, and she puts it in the piggy bank. I recently opened a bank account for her, and we took the money that we saved already, and I gave it to her to give to the lady, because I work for a bank, and she gave it to the lady herself to put in her bank account, and then she will tell me, "Mommy, save, Mommy, save."
Wow. So not only helping her, but helping you as well. That really, really is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I noticed you nodding your head a lot there. Really cool way of teaching not only yourself, but your child. When is the right time to open a bank account and to teach your child about budgeting?
So, Graham, obviously Moshe has done a great job doing it very early on. When children are a little bit older, like around 6, 7 years of age, you can make it almost like a rite of passage, where you take them into the bank, you help them to open that bank account, you take your camera, you make it a big moment, because this is the beginning of their financial planning, their financial security into the future. And then also giving children savings goals, and not just one piggy bank, but a few, like 3. One for savings, one for spending and one for giving. Because that whole thing of gratitude and sharing with other people who have less than you, that would be the first way of budgeting, of taking whether it's 50 Rand a month and dividing it up, or 100 Rand a month and dividing it between the three. And then as they get older, you add a fourth, and that would be investment.
Okay.
I love that, man.
I need to ask you this question as well, because I'm fast approaching this kind of era, you know, with regards to my eldest boy. What do you do when your child asks you for something but you can't afford it? How do you handle that? Because I think, you know, those questions, they don't fully understand the value of the money just yet, but how do you handle it?
Have you seen the price of a PlayStation?
Oh, my goodness, yes. So I don't think it's a bad thing to make children wait for high-value items, that we're all saving towards something. And it might be like you were talking about a PlayStation, that becomes the family Christmas present, where that's the gift for the whole family because it's such a big item. And children need to learn that instant gratification doesn't always happen, and it's difficult to teach that. That's why looking at those piggy banks, watching the money rise, when it gets to the top, we can open it, we can take it, we can count it, we can spend it. You know, giving them that concrete experience of waiting.
So it takes a while to build it up, but it's like that if you spend it.
Exactly.
And a PlayStation is a reward for the whole family.
Seems like you're justifying it. I know what you're getting for Christmas.
Just planting that seed. As always, you brought some awesome props with you. We're talking money games here. There are so many options available. Is it a good thing to play money games with your child?
Absolutely, because it's really just a substitute for the real money. So Monopoly's done a great job of monopolizing the market in terms of the money games, because you're trading, buying, selling, saving up, losing, because that does happen as well.
Going to jail.
I've got a cash register here as well, because young children love to play shop. And in fact, we went to my sister's house the other day, and my 6-year-old nephew made us popcorn in blankets. And it was popcorn in kitchen paper towel with a piece of sticky tape.
Right on.
And he sold it to us for 5 Rand a pop. And he made a whole lot of money because we couldn't resist paying in the money, and he's saving up for something. So children also have to learn the link between earning the money, where does the money come from, and then saving it up for something, because you work to earn, to give them the pocket money that they can go and spend.
What's your nephew's name?
Brent.
Brent, go and trademark the popcorn blankets right now, brother. Awesome stuff. Well, hopefully that's inspired you with some great ideas on how you can make yourself and your child appreciate money that much more and start developing a bit of money sense.
Oh, well, listen, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and then we're teaming up with Graham Richards. He needs your help to fight the rise against hunger. We'll bring you more details after the break.
And then when you see all of this delicious, yummy, gorgeous carbiness, we are making some chicken sausage meatball mac and cheese this morning. You need to get involved because it's going to be absolutely amazing. That's my stomach growling right now. Can you hear it?
Whether you're into the majesty of a mountain range or prefer endless sand dunes, make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. BP is giving away 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December. Simply visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card to enter. Get your Avios card for free at BP and enjoy a travel adventure with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Thank you for choosing to start the day with us. Now, an alarming statistic for you today. Up to 20 children in South Africa will die from starvation. Let that sink in a little bit. Now, the Expresso family, headed by Graham Richards, work each year with Rise Against Hunger, formerly known as Stop Hunger Now, in a meal packing initiative that serves to feed over 100 vulnerable children for an entire year. Now, we're taking a moment to sit down with G-Dog so we can find out a bit more about the event taking place this Saturday, the 14th of October in Kenilworth Centre, and an event that is close to our hearts, as you know, my brother. And, you know, yes, name changes happen from Stop Hunger Now to Rise Against Hunger, but still, what's a rose, you know? What's in the name?
Exactly, man.
Why is it that this is so important to you? Because I mean, we get emails from you every single year, and you're driving the passion within the team to help support this cause.
Maybe I've got a new appreciation having a child of my own, but the idea of, and this came out of a recent study done by WITS, that 20 children, and I'm glad you mentioned that, are dying every day. This is not in Syria, some war-torn, civil war area. This is here in South Africa with all of our resources. Between 10 and 20 children are dying of conditions relating to malnutrition, which is unforgivable to me. It just really does kill me, and I'm all about, with all the projects I'm involved with, it's not just about handouts, it's about sustainable models that work, that engage with the private sector. What Stop Hunger Now have done, now Rise Against Hunger, they've created this plug-and-play model that allows corporates, the private sector, to be able to feed communities, and they've got probably the biggest, most extensive database of NGOs, of community-run projects, and amazing people doing incredible work every day of their life, going out there and feeding families, in particular children that just won't have it. Can you imagine a child not being able to eat for an entire day here in South Africa? And it's happening every day en masse. So what they've been able to achieve in a very tough world, it's very competitive out there looking for funding in that NGO space. I love what they do. Amin and his team are absolutely amazing. So for me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so we're all going to be at Kenilworth. The can be there, of course, this coming Saturday. How's this year's activation going to be different? I know every year you put in so much effort in making sure that there's entertainment, there's interaction. Look at that little kid there in his super gear. Everything's organised. How are you going to make sure that it's different and still has that attraction point to it, other than what we've discussed right now?
I think what's always stood out for me is it becomes most empowering when young people are involved. And I'm always so proud when schools come and even younger people come and get involved. It really does become this moment of self-actualization for them. So this year, we're driving an incentive for schools to get involved especially. There's a 5,000 Rand stationery voucher available to the school that gets the most learners there to come and help us pack. And because I'm always interested in building relationships between the haves and the have-nots, those with resources and those that they are most closely related to that don't have the resources, they'll be able to make a donation for that same amount to a school or an education-based charity in that area that doesn't have the resources. So please, if you're a school out there and you want to get 5 grand's worth of stationery for yourself, you've got to email alan@theblueroom.co.za. That's alan@theblueroom.co.za. It's on screen right now. Get your entrance in. You can come and pack for just one session, a couple of hours, or the entire day. Hopefully win something big, and you know you're going to be changing a child's life for an entire year.
Absolutely, man. Last year you guys did 41,000 packs, right?
So it's 42,000.
Are we doing 42,000?
42,000 meals this year. So please, we need your help. And you can just come and pack on the day as well. We've got brilliant entertainment, a host of awesome people joining us to pack as well. It's going to be great, man.
Great stuff, man. Love your passion. Come out and support us Saturday, the 14th of October, Kenilworth. It's all about rising against hunger.
Man, it really is such a worthy cause. I was there last year and it was incredible. So from my side, if you can make it there, absolutely do so. Now, in the kitchen, we all love to save, and as Zola always says, nothing tastes better than a meal made using her W Rewards savings. Now, W Rewards members are privy to a number of immediate in-store discounts on an assortment of products at Woolworths. So if you haven't signed up for a loyalty card yet, then you are definitely missing out, because today's recipe, for example, W Rewards members will save 10% on each of the ingredients used to create today's delicious meal. Zola, this sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
So basically you save 10% on every single part of this meal.
On all the ingredients that we're using, yes. Okay, so we're making meatball mac and cheese, chicken meatball mac and cheese. Because if you went and bought this chicken sausage as a W Rewards member, so you got to get the card, then you swipe the card, instant savings, you'll get 10% off of that. The cheese too, for the mac and cheese, and the pasta, and even the cheese sauce. So Woolies has a ready-made cheese sauce that you would also make a saving on.
Wow, so that's 10% of everything. That's like, what, 40% saving? Like if you put it together?
Well,
like,
yeah.
If you put it together, it's like a lot of money. It's like... Anyways, my skills.
So you could make a meal for dinner tonight. That means that you save.
So we've unpacked that. So let's make the meal.
Okay. So you take your sausage and you pinch it out of the skins.
Okay.
And you make little meatballs or sausage balls, right? Then you brown them in a pan with some olive oil. Okay. So then just until they're golden brown, then you can either make your own white sauce, which is just butter, milk, and flour. And then you obviously grate the cheese that you got with your double rewards.
Which we have here, beautiful, and a lot of cheese, yes.
Because we can, we're using 2.
Okay.
And also, you know, because it's mac and cheese, so you need quite a lot of cheese, okay?
Okay.
Then mix that into, let me swap these 2 over.
Right, so that's going to all become a nice little...
Mix the cheese in there, and then we've already pre-cooked the pasta. Okay, there are a few pastas that are available to to get a discount on with your W rewards. So you just pick the one that's your favorite. Okay, so then we mix the cooked pasta into here. And then what I did actually, when after you cook the meatballs, you'll see there's a lot of sticky stuff at the bottom.
Yes.
Just deglaze with a little bit of water.
And you get everything in there.
And you get everything out. And
because
all
that's flavor.
That is absolute flavor, yes.
Flavor to the max.
Delish.
We love that.
Okay, so mix that all together, just like so.
Wow, chicken meatball mac and cheese.
Chicken meatball mac and cheese. Mac and cheese has never been this good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, while you're putting that together, of course, we've been telling you about the Woolies app as well, that Zola is a big fan of as well. You've been using it. You shared your experience with us yesterday. But if you don't have the app, you download it right now so that you can get and access those instant vouchers as well. So what you need to do is SMS the keyword app to 33728 for Android users and play to 33728 if you are on iOS. And then it's as easy as opening the app, of course, logging in using your Woolies card as well, your loyalty card, and you can start using those savings.
Yeah, so you want to sort of sync your W rewards number to the actual app, and then you can get those individual vouchers just for you. Look at that. Then this goes into the oven, bake it for a bit, and then look.
And it comes down to this.
Is served.
Man, that looks amazing. The keyword for our chicken meatball pasta, mac and cheese is pasta. SMS that to 33728. That's pasta to 33728. And yeah, you can make this. I mean, this is a great kind of midweek meal.
It is.
Hey?
All in one pot, in the oven.
With a lot of savings as well. That's it. The keyword, once again, is pasta to 33728. Zola, champion.
Yes.
Champion, yes.
I think it's safe to say breakfast is served. And right now, 3 very hopeful contestants are on the pristine beaches of Mauritius living their best lives with hosts Joanne Strauss and Maps Maponyane ready to claim the title as South Africa's next biggest social media star. And here's an exclusive sneak peek of what Team Moyen, Team Dennis and Team Keegan have been up to in the hashtag Social Star competition.
Hi, my name is Moy Alarantaba, and I normally bring you the Pan-African entertainment news on Expresso, but I am currently in Mauritius as a finalist for the Social Star competition brought to you by Samsung. So we're going to mix things up a bit, starting with a little montage of what we've been up to for the past 3 days. have 2 more days of this competition and we need your help. So head over to Samsung SA social media, use the hashtag SocialStar and vote for your favorite. There's Team Dennis, Team Keegan and Team Moy. So you know who to vote for, right? Okay, so head over to their socials today and vote.
So the Durban auditions are done and dusted, and boy, did Durban turn up. The people were dressed to impress and brought the hunger for that cash prize of a shared 1 million rand. I can tell you, that's why they call it the warmest place to be. Durban is certainly the hottest place to be. Not only were the people there bringing their energy, the smoothness. At some point, we had like 50 people on stage. We were having such a great time. So I'm hoping that Gauteng will really be bringing all the spice of life. In fact, speaking to you right now in Gauteng, if you're planning to join us and coming through this Saturday, the 14th of October, to the Zone in Rosebank, you need to listen up right now. Now think about it. Why do you want to be part of this great show? Do you want to, be a part of that shared cash prize of R1 million? Is it maybe the time spent in the beautiful Maldives that you crave? Or is it the stepping stone to you being more in the public eye? What is your reason for entering? Well, here's a quick recap look at how the auditions have been going so far.
I'm a model and I work part-time for promotion companies, and I would love to be a part of Tropica Island of Treasure.
Adventure, water, traveling. I would love to travel. I've never been out of my country, so that's an awesome experience for me as well. So kind of just ticked all the boxes and I thought, why not?
I mean, I'm a team player, I'm energetic, I'm hardworking. When I have set my mind on something, I'll go for it and I get it done.
I want to win something. I want to do something different with my life. I'm very fitness enthusiastic, but I just love the fun element side of it.
I'm passionate about it. I want to show people that girls can do it. You don't have to be butch to be strong.
You need to be a problem solver, which is what I do every day of my life, and you have to be strategic. So those are the things that I also thought about.
I'm quite interested in the whole mental challenges as well, and working with people. So I think a lot of spice.
German's never seen me, but I run with wolves and I know to play the game.
So I'm trying to win this $500,000 for my funds. Tropica, nothing smoother.
One thing I remember from that young lady is that her greeting is halala, halala. Anyway, so Cape Town, you've had your turn. Durban, you've done your thing. So make sure that you join us this coming weekend. Myself, Kanya, Tumi Foster and Melinda Bam will be in Johannesburg for the auditions taking place at the Zone in Rosebank this coming Saturday, 14th of October from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Hashtag TIOT8.
Oh, well, listen, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and then we're bringing you the best in the local and international music with the 5FM Top 40.
And then Aziz Jacobs is in the house. For why? Because we're talking about the hottest men's wear trends for summer. Hello. You might want to stay tuned.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is a Wednesday morning. Leanne looking rather concerned. I'm hoping right now that as we look at the international entertainment news, we've got some good stories, Leanne.
Very, very good stories.
Okay.
I'm just going to start it off with...
Breathe.
How about this? I'm telling you to listen up, my buddies, babe. Oh, yes.
We're coming to South Africa.
Do you know how I love that song?
You love
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Ciao. We won't ask when you like to play that song, but anyways, the Pussycat Dolls are reportedly said to reunite reunite everybody. After 8 years apart, Nicole Scherzinger, along with other members Melody, Ashley, Jessica and Kimberly Wyatt, are indeed rumoured to be plotting a comeback. Adding to the rumours is a brand new Pussycat Dolls reunion website and Instagram page, urging fans to sign up for a mailing list. Hey,
Did you bring out more dance music? Like, they were known for that.
I'm just such an admirer of Nicole's ability to be such a performer. She's great, you know what I mean? Like as a full-blown dancer and vocalist as well. What? Is Lewis still dating her?
No. But I'm so happy that, you know, they're coming back together because now the others can also put food on the table. Anyways, while an official statement is yet to be made by the group, we are already excited to start rocking to those old and new hits from the Sexy Girl group. They were amazing.
You know what was my favourite song of theirs?
Which one?
Nobody's gonna love me better.
Oh.
I'm gonna stick with you forever. Nobody's ever been deep.
Kat is having the Pussycat Doll feels right now.
Listen. Yes.
Well, from one of the sexiest girl groups to one of the sexiest books and film series around, 50 Shades author E.L. James has announced that a new book will be added to the Darker series. Taking to Instagram, the author revealed that the new book will be entitled Darker, 50 Shades Darker, as told by Christian. Yes!
This is so exciting. Because,
I know.
Because she brought out 50 Shades of Grey, and then the fourth book was Grey, from Christian Grey's perspective.
Yes.
So now Darker is the second book from his perspective,
It's
which means she
very
has to bring out a sixth book to do the third
Zoe's
book.
in there.
Does that make sense?
She's in there.
Isn't this the book that they said is going to be like 1 page long? Like, she walked in, the end.
No. Okay. Well, now.
No, I heard somebody say this. This is not from my own mind.
Lies. Like an instructional video as well. Well, it's set to be released just next month, a Pussycat Doll reunion and a new 50 Shades book. Can we just have a moment for all of the entertainment greatness that we are currently experiencing today? So I think it's going to be a wonderful time ahead. At least I know what to get for Zoe.
See, this is my kind
Christmas.
of international entertainment news. It was good news all round.
Yo, Zoe Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Time now to connect with our favourite chart show, the 5FM Top 40 Local and International Chart. Former #1 holder Timo ODV is back steadily climbing with an absolute banger. Can he release Shikana's stranglehold on that top spot from a South African perspective? And can Maroon 5 hold on to the top international #1 spot? Let's find out from Mr. Nick Hammond.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick Hammond back with another recap of the 5FM Top 40 from this past weekend's hits. And like we do every week, let's start by looking at the brand new entries onto the charts. At number 39, it's local boy Charlie Finch with Stay the Winter.
Here by my side.
My second new entry pickup chose to highlight this week came in at number 27. It's from Ed Sheeran off his album Divine, one of the most successful albums of the year, called Perfect. Alright guys, it's time to check out the mover and shaker picks for the week. My first selection going from 39 to 26, it's The Script with Rain. My second move and shaker pick went from 23 to 14. It's Post Malone with Rockstar.
When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
Checking out the top 10 biggest songs in music from this past weekend. At number 10, it's Celeste Cara and Logic with 0800 272 8255.
It feel like my life ain't mine. I don't wanna be alive.
Zayn and Sia have shot from 15 to 9 this week with Dusk Till Dawn. Coming in at number 8 this week, it's J Balvin and Willie William with Mi Ente. Sitting at the number 7 spot this week, he was a songwriter, producer, now stepped out into the front lines. His name is Blood Pop, teaming up with Justin Bieber. The tune is called Friends.
Can we still be friends?
Jumping from 14 to 6 this week in the 5FM Top 40, it's Cardi B with Bodak Yellow.
He wanna swim with his face. I'm like, okay. I let him get what he want. He buy me East Saint Laurent and the new whip. When it go fast as a horse, I got the trunk in the front.
This one got as high as number 3, now sitting at number 5. It's French Montana and Sway Lee with Unforgettable. This week at number 4 is a former number 1 from Pink. It's called What About Us?
What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers?
This week at number 3, also a former number 1 from Taylor Swift. Last week's, in fact, dropping down 2 positions, called Look What You Made Me Do.
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh. Look what
This week at number 2, he's been soaring up the charts ever since he entered back into the pop landscape. It's Sam Smith with Too Good at Goodbyes.
That is true. I'm way too good at goodbye. I'm way too good at goodbye. I'm way too good at goodbye.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to catch me, Nick Hammond, Monday to Friday, 9 to 12 on Hammond Time. And of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the 5FM Top 40 to find out who'll take the number 1 spot in the world. Speaking of which, this past weekend I went to Maroon 5 and SZA with What Lovers Do.
Great music there. Thank you very much to Nick Hammond and the 5FM team. Now, Men's Health is one of South Africa's most respected publications, reaching a total monthly readership of almost 2 million people. And when it comes to setting lifestyle trends for our country, these guys are one of the absolute best to go to. Now, here to talk trends, and of course the much anticipated October issue's Guide to Style and the men's fashion event of the season, Men's Health fashion and grooming editor Aziz Jacobs. How are you doing, brother man?
I'm well, thanks. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Always a pleasure. Doing very, very well, thank you. A bit jealous that I wasn't at the event, but
yes,
it looked like it was quite a lot of fun. But let's first talk about the upcoming October issue's Guide to Style and what readers can await.
So we're very excited about this current issue. It's a Guide to Style issue, so it's a flip cover where we have a feature of the hottest style tips and trend showcasing. And what we did for this issue is that I've shot with Kat Sinavicent. He's the E-Entertainment presenter for Africa. He's the first presenter, so we're super excited about him and featuring him. And we're featuring some cool tailoring suiting, and it also injects some of his own personality into the styling. And as you can see, blue is a very, very popular color this season. And tonally, we try to keep the styling and the color very similar. You know, it looks modern, it's fresh, and it looks very sophisticated. And I mean, this guy looks good on and off camera.
He really, really does. Great, great look indeed there. And let's talk about, of course, the standout trends coming up for the next spring-summer collection, because obviously you were at the event, you were privy to some of the biggest brands and their collections bringing
we celebrated our 10th anniversary of our men's, thank you so much, of our men's menswear collections event in association with Mont Blanc Legend Night. And it was a very, very successful event. It was in Johannesburg.
The venue looked great.
Thank you. So yeah, it was super amazing. But outside, it's an old rundown train station.
Exactly.
And
right next to the taxi rank there.
I know. And it was packed. And I mean, we're showcasing 16 of South Africa's hottest brand on the runway, and they're showcasing the spring-summer trends, ready-to-wear collection, and what to wear or shop right now.
So you tell us, what are those standout trends that we need to start
looking at? I mean, there's so many things happening this season. It's so refreshing, but I'm just going to focus on 2 trends, which are neutrals firstly, and we saw a lot of neutrals on the runway, which was also done in very, very modern ways. Think of the navies, the sandstony colors. We all need a basic or foundation to start on, to build our wardrobes. And I think that was a great way to start your summer. And then the second trend, it's the blue suit. Blue suit was king.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And where there's so many different tones, you get the navy blue, pale blue, dark blue, and
you can play
exactly, and patterns as well. The self prints, which was amazing on the runway, and it was very, very refreshing. And I think what's great about having a summer suit, it's you can mix and match it. You can wear the pants or the jacket on its own, and incorporate it with the rest of your wardrobe.
I always say blues and browns will never let you down.
Exactly. That's a good saying, though.
All right, and what else do we have here? I think we've got some trends from Culinary that we can see.
So, and basically, Culinary and Country Road were one of the looks I've styled for the event. and what we did with Culinary, because I really like the light layering and the lightness of the collection. It was a great feel. It was really, really easy to wear, but still well tailored. And then for Country Road, basically what we did, obviously Country Road, we tried to stick to a very urban theme.
Yeah, yeah.
They've also got amazing luxe fabrications.
Excellent.
That's great for summer. And also, yet it's still, the looks were still casual, but well put together.
Yeah.
And it's also very easy to wear for the summer season.
That front row certainly had all the who's and who's, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, and we really do look forward to the Guide to Style. I'm definitely getting my copy. I'm loving that textured blue suit with the blue shirt, and, just also different tones.
Yeah, and what's also very, very big this season is the Cuban trend. So get yourself a Cuban shirt.
Okay.
I mean, you know, that adds some personality to your look.
Might be rocking that in the Maldives. Thank you very, very much,
Thank you
Aziz,
so
to you
much
and your
for
team.
having
Always a
me.
pleasure. And of course, look out for that edition of the Men's Health Guide to Style.
Exciting times. Love, 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 love men's fashion. Well, we've been running an exciting competition on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and it's your chance, or rather your last chance, to win as the final competition closes tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. So make sure you remember that. And it's so easy to get involved. All you have to do is download the new Woolworths app, and once you're on the app, all you have to do is scroll down, like I'm doing right now, to the As Seen on Expresso and Afternoon Express. Now, once you're there, swipe to the right, and you will see the ruffle dress that I'm wearing, as well as the ruffle skirt that I wore yesterday. So what we need to do is, what you need to do rather, is once chosen, take a screenshot of the outfit or the fashion that you love the most, and then put that screenshot as a reply to the competition that's found on Expresso Show's Facebook page. Is it, like I said, the ruffle dress, or is it the ruffle skirt that I wore? I want to know from you, which one do you love the most? So download the app and then take a screenshot and let your voice be heard. Now, of course, if you would like a link to download the app sent straight to your phone, then simply SMS that keyword app to 33728, or you can also SMS the word play if you're on Android to 33728. SMSs are R1.50 each, and no free SMSs apply. The competition ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. T's and C's apply.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show, and we still have the brothers from the 1925 band in studio. Earlier, they performed Fynbos for us, so stick around. They will be performing after the break.
Oh, I can't wait. They are brilliant, guys. Absolutely brilliant. And then it's a Wednesday, which means it's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Yes, just like that. Give us a call, 021-430-9881. Chef Zola Nene is in the kitchen. She'll be taking all of those questions.
Ever wanted to visit a snowy winter wonderland, or is relaxing on a tropical island more your thing? You can visit your ideal destination when you win one of 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. Enter the competition by visiting a BP fuel station and swiping your Avios card when you spend 400 Rand or more. Sign up for your Avios card for free at BP and get your entries in to win big with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Whoa, man, whoa. Next time we do that song, we're gonna call you.
Okay, guys, let's just.
Check one. Na 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 na.
Da da dee 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 dum. Check 1 2.
1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2. Money 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 money.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is a Wednesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. We're about to enjoy more of the music of 1925 band. Here they are performing Johnny and the Monkey.
Johnny was a young boy sitting all alone, throwing all his stones in the water. He looks up and sees a monkey in a tree with a plant, staring at him with a smile. The monkey said, I told you, with a smile on his face, why don't you give me a stone? One day you'll be a big boy sitting all alone, then all your stones will be gone. Hey! Johnny, 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 don't be a fool. Johnny, 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 no monkey will look after you. Johnny was a big boy, he didn't have a stone. He picked up a rock from the ground. The monkey said, I told you, with a smile on his face, all your stones are gone. Hey! Johnny, 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 don't be a fool. Johnny, 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 no monkey will look after you. Johnny, 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 don't be a fool. Johnny, 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 no monkey will look after you. Johnny, 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 don't be a fool. Johnny, 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 no monkey will look after you. No monkey will look after you. No monkey will look after you. Hoppa. Hoppa.
Yeah, man. 1925 band on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Gentlemen, come join me here in the front. Bring your instruments. There we go. Beautiful stuff, man. Enjoying the music this morning. Yeah. So take us back to 1925, or rather 2011, when 1925 band was started. What was the trigger that made you go, well, we're three brothers. We look good together. We can rock leather jackets. Let's do this.
Well, it basically all just started with me and Jeff just performing and having fun.
Where were you performing? Just like
bars and stuff.
That's a good start. It's a good start. Free drinks.
For the fun of it. And, free drinks. Yeah. So I was 19, he was 25, so we decided to put that together, and that's where it started. Radio came with after a while.
Yeah. And, was he feeling left out?
Yeah.
And you're like, let's put it on song.
Left me all alone. So we had to Google it and find out what happened in 1925, and astonishing. I hope I'm saying that right.
That's good. It is.
Good word. Okay. Afrikaans was recognized in 1925.
It's an official language.
That is a beautiful symbolism that goes along with it. Yeah. And how does the dynamic between the three of you as brothers work, being in a band together? I can assume lots of fights happen, as it happens with brothers. Have things changed from when you were younger? Who used to win the fights then? Who wins the fights now?
Well, I think when we were younger, we didn't fight that much, actually. Yeah. Well, me and Jeffrey had.
I win the fights now.
But obviously, you know, we do have our differences. We do have our different personalities and stuff like that. But I think we sorted out quite well.
Our management team is trying to get us in a real boxing ring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll do it with the brothers then. That'll be quite exciting.
We'll see if that happens.
Excellent. Guys, thanks for the beautiful music. The second album, Eintlik Nogal Baie, is out right now. People can get it. And they can follow you on social media at?
Well, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's very easy, 1925 band. And then our website, everything is on our website as well. It's www.1925band.co.za.
Excellent.
And some people struggle to find us because of the numbers, but it's just easy, 1925 band.
1925
Instagram is at 1925 band official.
Tagged a couple of times already. Okay, all right. Listen, link up with us on Facebook. Let us know what you thought about that performance. We'll have more from them a little bit later on.
In die nasionale nuus, gietende reën en sterk wind het groot skade in dele van KwaZulu-Natal veroorsaak. Minstens 5 mense het omgekom, 5 hospitale is gedeeltelik verwoes en talle skole moes sluit. Die reuse storm het die gebied gister getref, sowat 'n dag nadat 'n soortgelyke storm dele van Gauteng verwoes het. Hoewel die storm deels uitgewoed is noodleningsspanne steeds op 'n gereedheidsgrondslag en is inwoners gemaan om ten alle tye versigtig te wees. 'n Staking dreig by die platzakpad ongelukke fonds waar werknemers talle klagtes ingedien het oor onder meer stikkende ligversorgingsapparate, swak sanitasie en bates soos rekenaars wat op beslag gelê word om skuld te vereffen. Dit volg nadat die metaalwerkersvakbond Noemsa gister 'n stakingssertifikaat teen die POF bekom het. Die vakbond het egter laat blyk dat hy die geskille graag op vreedsame wyse sou wou uitstryk. Op die internasionale front, die Kataloniese leier Carles Puigdemont sê sy mense het vir onafhanklikheid van Spanje gestem, maar hy verlang 'n onderhandelde oplossing met Madrid. Hy het die streekparlement in Barcelona versoek om die effek van die stem op te skort, sodat gesprekke kan begin eerders as om net eensydig weg te breek. Madrid het egter sumier gereageer deur te sê onderhandeling om Spanje se ergste politieke krisis in dekades op te los is geensins ter sprake nie. En dan ten slotte die junta-hoof in Thailand, Prayut Chan-o-cha, het bekend gemaak dat 'n verkiesing in November 2018 sal plaasvind, 4 jaar nadat hy mag tydens 'n staatsgreep bekom het. Die verkiesingsaankondiging volg nadat Prayut vroeër van dese maand Amerika toe is vir 'n ontmoeting met president Donald Trump. Kenners meen egter die verkiesing sal nie die demokratiese meebring wat voor die jongste militêre oorname bestaan het nie. Meer as 12 staatsgrepe het sedert 1932 reeds in Thailand voorgekom. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
We start on a dramatic note here in South Africa as Cricket South Africa have announced that this year's inaugural Global T20 League has been postponed to November 2018, with the tournament originally set to get underway soon. The postponement comes 2 weeks after the tournament's main driving force, Haroon Logat, stepped down as CEO of Cricket South Africa. While CSA have given no specific reason to why the postponement has happened, it's been reported that a lack of a major broadcast deal and title sponsor were the main issues involved. Then on to football. Golden Arrows coach Clint Larson was named as the Premier Soccer League Coach of the Month after guiding his side to second place on the PSL log. In 7 games played so far, Arrows have gone unbeaten with 3 wins and 4 draws, and that sees them 2 points behind our current log leaders, Baraka FC. To Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper and captain Itumeleng Khune, he walked away with Player of the Month award. Then on a bigger platform, the final round of European 2018 World Cup qualifying took place last night, and it's all Portugal and France both securing final 2 automatic spots at next year's showpiece. So the 2016 European champions Portugal, they beat Switzerland by 2-0. That was to finish top of Group B, only ahead on goal difference though. In other results, France finished top of Group A with a 2-1 win over Belarus. Netherlands beat Sweden 2-0, while Belgium, they brushed aside Cyprus by 4-0. Then finally in tennis, there were no problems for world number 5 ranked Marin Cilic in round of 32 at the Shanghai Masters yesterday as he beat Kyle Edmund in straight sets. The Wimbledon finalist powered his way through the 6-3, 7-6 win to set up a round 3 clash with either China's Di Wu or American Steven Johnson. Elsewhere, Kevin Anderson beat Adrian Manarino in straight sets as well, while Misha Zverev, he retired hurt against fellow German Jan-Lennard Struff. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Just a couple of minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's quickly get a final update on your weather and those temperatures. And most of the country can still experience rather chilly temperatures to mild temperatures later on today. And there's also here and there a couple of showers that are expected for the eastern parts of the country. Jou temperature Polokwane begin op 9 grade minimum en 'n matige 25. Mbombela 10, 24. Pretoria 10, 24. Johannesburg begin op 8 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 22 grade. Mahikeng 10, 25. Klerksdorp 7, 24. Kimberley begin op 10 grade minimum en 'n matige 24 later. Bloemfontein 6 minimum, lekker koel, maar 'n warmer 22. Richards Bay 11, 21. Pietermaritzburg on 8 minimum with the maximum 19 degrees. Durban 14 with the maximum 20. Partly cloudy conditions with a couple of showers here and there still expected for today. Mthatha 721. East London 1320. Cradock 624. Port Elizabeth 1322. George 1222. Sutherland 321. Cape Town at 1220, Worcester 626, Springbok starting off on 5 minimum with a maximum of 26, and Uppington starting off on 11 with a maximum nice and hot 29 degrees later on. And that's a wrap of your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Wednesday morning.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Well, let's take a turn and see what's happening on social media this morning. How have you been enjoying the folk music from 1925 band? Well, we want to know from you, what did you think about their performances? Let's see what you had to say. Danae says, proudly I can say it was an awesome song. Can't wait to hear them again. Let's see. Oh, I've noticed from you, Expresso, that you bring into your studio some of the artists that features on 5FM Top 30. Yes, because we love local music. Melody says, OMG, you guys really know how to make somebody's day. That was my favorite morning show. Johanna says, a very smart song. I like these guys. I enjoyed the performance. And Laurencia says, loved it. Such a catchy song. The brothers' voices are simply beautiful. And Calvin says, what awesome music to start the day. Thank you so much, Expresso. Well, that's what we like to do. We like to bring you great music by great local talent. Keep those comments coming.
Oh, and then we will keep the info and awesomeness coming your way as well as we bring you highlights from this past weekend's Cremonaire's attempt at breaking or at least setting a Guinness World Record. We'll bring you that after the break.
Absolutely. What's happening live in the kitchen? Umzola, Umzolisto, Umtaganene joins us for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Call us on your cell phone. Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing when we are in here. Yes, it's the Culinary hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. Zola Nene is in the house. It's a Wednesday and you know what time it is. I'm very, very excited. It's my favorite part of the week of the show, right? Where we answer all of your culinary conundrums. Of course, you give us a call on 021-430-9881. All right, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, you know, I can't deal with your levels of like just style and everything. The way you even just duke together, you do it. You do it right. Listen, we're going to be taking your calls. We have a call on the line.
Already?
I say, Vanessa, hello to you.
Hello, Kit. Hello, Zola. Vanessa from London.
So good to hear your smiling voice this morning, Vanessa.
Listen, Kit, I've got a question for Zola, please. Zola, listen, I've got a lot of sun-dried tomatoes, okay? And I do not know how to use them in anything. And I mean, they're going to expire, I suppose, next week. And I'm sitting with a batch, and please tell me, Zola, what to do. Stupid.
What to do, Zola? Sun-dried tomatoes are plenty. What do we do with them?
Okay, so if you have the very dry ones, so these are the very dry ones, you can actually elongate their shelf life by putting them into olive oil or lengthen.
Extend.
Extend! That's it!
Yes.
Extend their shelf life by putting them in olive oil. So heat the olive oil, then put the sun-dried tomatoes in the olive oil, then you can keep them in the fridge and they'll last for months and months and months.
So you preserve them that way.
Correct.
Good.
So I love sun-dried tomatoes. They're very versatile. You can use them in pastas, you can use them in sauces and all sorts of things. They add an earthiness and like a very, very strong tomato flavour. But my favourite way to use them is in scones. So we're going to make some sun-dried tomato scones in a flash.
Vanessa, check it out.
All you need is some flour, just regular cake flour. The recipe is on Expresso.com.
Yeah.
Baking powder, a bit of oregano, mix that up just quickly, just like this. And with scones, it's great to use actually a knife just like this because then you don't, fiddle with it too much. Cut the butter into the dry ingredients just like so.
Okay. How does that help when you're cutting it in? It seems like it just wastes time.
No, because the flakier you can make your scones, the better. So if you're not sort of melting the butter with the warmth of your hands, it's all the better for the scones. And also little big chunks of butter, also really great for texture scones. Okay, good. Then a bit of Parmesan cheese, because Parmesan cheese and sun-dried tomatoes go really well together. Mix these two together, just like this. So you can see it's a very rough.
It's already starting to get that texture.
It's already starting to.
This is speed
to become
scones.
floury, and then an egg in the middle of that. Keep using your knife just to fold that in. Then you're going to add just enough milk to form it into a dough.
Okay.
And then you can shape it into scones. You can actually freeze these and then bake them from frozen. So you can make a huge batch. Then keep them in the freezer, and then when your guests come, pop them into the oven. And then you've got delicious, fresh, warm scones to serve your guests. You could also use your sun-dried tomatoes in things like muffins. Yeah. They're great in dough. So if you're going to make vetkoek, make a savoury one and put some sun-dried tomatoes in the dough and then fry them, and then that's delicious. Okay. So, I mean, your sun-dried tomatoes are very versatile. You can use them in so many ways. But just because you say yours are going to expire soon, put them in that olive oil so you can have a little bit extra time with them.
Excellent stuff. All right, so we'll do that. Vanessa, when you try this at home, please take a picture and send it to us, and let's see how your scones turn out, okay?
Okay.
You are fantastic. I love the smile in your voice. Listen, you can also find this recipe on expressoshow.com. But while we make our scones or scones, depending on how you like to call them, do give us a call on 021-430-9881. We'll be back with the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
Scones, scones, potato, it's all the same thing. But right now we leave it at scones, okay? We're focusing on sandwiches. Now, we all love a good sandwich, whether you keep it nice, plain and simple, or you go the gourmet route. But there's just something about the humbling sandwich, especially if you use your favorite condiment. So with that in mind, there was no better way to introduce the brand new Clover Creaminaise to South Africa than with a lot of sandwiches. And I'm talking a lot of sandwiches, a world record attempt.
Well, South Africa, the time has officially arrived for the Clover Creamonese world record attempt at the longest line of sandwiches, and it kicked off with a bang. Now, just to give you an idea of the magnitude of this world record, these tables are laid out and they total 4 kilometers in distance. We are talking 32,000 sandwiches, 810 kilograms of tomatoes, and 420 liters of creamonese. That is impressive. Let's break some world records.
The current record for the world's longest line of sandwiches is held by Spain, and Clover chose to create a simple line of cheese, tomato and lettuce sandwiches topped with the new creamonese.
I think it's so cool that South Africa and Clover is attempting to do this, and I think we're going to break the record. And I mean, it's a simple, nutritious and good sandwich, and we're killing it.
Personally, I'm happy that it's happening in Soweto. This is my hometown. The vibe is amazing. We have the crowd out. We have the longest. Well, we are attempting to break the Guinness World Record. It looks like it's going to happen.
Overall, just a fantastic reason to be out today, and these sandwiches are going to such a good cause as well. So I'm so happy to be part of it.
The sandwiches made in the record attempt would feed thousands of vulnerable and sick people through Gift to the Givers, Chalk and the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital.
I think this is an awesome contribution to the Gift of the Givers, as most of the country is currently in drought, and also there's a lot of poverty and a lot of hunger. But yes, it's going to go to areas in the East Rand, in the West Rand, Orange Farm, Alexandra, parts of Soweto. We will still be delivering sandwiches probably till late tonight. This is an awesome contribution from Clover and Creamonese. We just want to say thank you so much for this contribution, guys.
It's truly amazing. I mean, just being here and seeing the vibe of the people, being in Soweto, and also the fact that the sandwiches will actually be going to the hospital, to the kids. They're actually very excited. We have told them about the Creamonese and they can't wait to taste it.
Creamonese, a delicious mayonnaise with cream, is definitely the perfect addition to everyone's favorite sandwich.
My favorite sandwich has definitely got to be grilled cheese and tomato, and now I get to add creamonese, of course.
Perfect sandwich for me, chicken mayo, and of course when you have creamonese as your mayonnaise, because this one is the only mayonnaise with real cream inside.
I actually took the creamonese and I added it to the pesto, so I use it as a pesto creamonese type of salad dressing.
Well, so far, this Guinness World Record attempt has been going absolutely phenomenally well. The people are working hard. There's a couple of 100 meters still to go, but it is touch and go at this point. The weather has turned slightly. You can see the dark, thundery clouds behind me, but we do hope that the weather holds off just enough so we complete this incredible challenge.
Although volunteers worked until the last possible second, the rain halted the record attempt, but it certainly didn't dampen the spirits and would still feed thousands in need.
Edith, how are you feeling at this stage? The weather unfortunately made things a little bit difficult.
We're still very happy that we're able to at least build almost over 2 kilometers of sandwiches, which we can still donate to charities and give away to the public that came here to support us.
So take me back to the planning stages. Why did you guys decide on attempting a world record?
Creamonese is a very unique product, and we thought, why not introduce this mayonnaise in a unique way? Get South Africans the opportunity to taste our mayonnaise by making 32,000 sandwiches, and with that, I attempt to break the world record.
I must say that this was a very unfortunate weather for the official attempt. Yeah. They have been preparing this official attempt for many, many months. I have been involved for more than a month now, and I must say that the organization and the preparation that they have shown was really, really good. So what I can say is that they have put lots of effort, and they should be proud of it as well.
The superb effort deserves a delicious reward, so try new Clover Creamonese for yourself and make your sandwiches creamy oh nice.
Creamonese, creamy till the last drop, made with love by Clover.
Ah, man, what an event, eh? What an event.
Was it really cool?
It was really, really cool. So many sandwiches, just a pity of the rain, but it came down in buckets, dude. It started raining so bad, but to the whole team that pulled through and made this event possible, well done. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
But right now, it is a Shine with Mac kitchen cleanup time. Yes, we love it. Zola and her colleagues, of course, use this very kitchen throughout the day, prepping for live food segments as well as food styling shoots. So the cookware gets worked hard, especially the pots and pans.
Yeah, now stainless steel is one of the finest materials available in cookware. It's durable and it's very attractive. Look at this, shiny, lovely. But unlike non-stick pans, stainless steel can present some tough cleaning challenges if they're not used properly. Now, this kitchen is filled with all sorts of pots, pans, there's skillets, steamers, casserole and soup pots.
Yeah, man, you name it. You name it, it's here. So, to keep them looking like new, we use a couple of washing methods recommended by Mac, all right? So the first tip that I can give you, if you have a particularly dirty pot, try rubbing it with a soft cloth dipped in methylated spirits.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Yeah, I did not actually know that.
To break down all of those stoking... those things. Anyway, tip number 2, wash your pots in a warm, sudsy solution of Mac dishwashing liquid. Now, Mac's high foam formula with active lemon degreases the dirtiest pots and pans without damaging them. And, of course, allow the pot to soak in a bit. That gives you, like, a bit of time to have a cup of coffee. And then at the end of the day, wipe and rinse and rub dry to restore that shine again.
Easy as that. And then also make sure to never use steel wool on stainless steel cookware, right? Now, this scratches and dulls the surface.
Absolutely. Now, investing in good quality pots and pans is very, very important, but you need to make sure that they last longer. So you can trust Mac to help you take better care of them at the end of the day. I think we should start a business and launch a dishwashing company.
Well, looking at the shiny pot like this,
we'll come
definitely
to your house.
got something, yeah,
we'll
man.
wash your pots and pans. How much do we charge them?
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Okay.
For every dish, for every occasion, Mac makes it easy for you to shine.
What's that?
Come to your house.
You come to my house. I will wash them for you. Anyway, you're in our kitchen right now. 02143098881 is the number you call for the culinary hotline. Bling! Sing, sing, sing. We have a caller on the line. Can you believe it? Are you okay? Are you right?
No,
you sure you're right? Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Who am I speaking to on the line?
I am speaking to Fugu.
I beg your pardon?
Fugu, G-U-D-U. I'm okay.
Good. What's your...
to you, Expresso family.
Oh, lovely to have you. What is your question?
My question is how to make pie pastry for 6 servings with bottom and top.
Okay, so we're talking about pie pastry, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get the bottom of it right, nice... Full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's make you some pie pastry.
Some pie pastry. Okay, so there are 3 rules when making pastry.
Yes.
You have to keep everything cold. You have to mix it as little as possible, and you have to make sure that you rest the pastry before you use it.
Okay.
So those are the 3 golden rules when it comes to pastry making.
Cold,
okay?
Don't overmix, rest.
Rest.
Cool.
Absolutely. Okay, so if you have a food processor, it's so much easier because then your warm hands aren't warming up the pastry.
Yes.
So it's best to do it in a food processor. If you don't have one, you can actually still do it with your hands. You just must make sure, and a wooden spoon, absolutely. Just make sure that you rest it in the fridge for long enough so that it all chills again. Okay, so this is how you make it. This is some cake flour going in here. And pastry, to make it flaky and really short, which is why it sort of breaks the snap, is because it has so much butter in it. So, some pastry recipes actually even have equal parts flour to equal parts
butter.
Butter, absolutely. So we're going to make a sweet pastry this morning. If you don't want to make a sweet one, just don't add the icing sugar. Are you okay?
I just had a bit of a puff.
Okay. So that's some flour, some butter, and some icing sugar for this one. Okay. Then we're going to, if you want to actually add Parmesan cheese instead of the icing sugar, that would also be really delicious.
More savory.
For like a chicken pie or something like that. That would be great. Okay. So then into the mix. Oh wait, I'm about to.
Please close it properly. We're going to have flour all over our faces.
We are. Okay. There we go. So then mix it or pulse it.
I've got a question. I've got a question. When it comes to making things like pie pastry, right? You're having fun.
Yes.
Is it precise? Like when you bake, the ingredients must be measured precisely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. This is just as important as if you're making a sponge cake.
Yes.
Make sure your measurements are precise for your pastry.
Excellent.
Okay. Then to this, to enrich in it, we're going to add some egg yolks. Okay. So that goes in here.
How many? 3.
That was 3. Yes.
So you split them from the egg whites.
Correct. The recipe is also on the website.
Expressoshow.com.
Yep. And then ice cold water. So even if you can put some ice blocks in here, that would be great. And I'm going to pour it in while I mix, and you're going to watch the pastry form. Okay, so we pour a little bit in, and you can see it all starting to come together.
Wow.
Can you see? And then you want to stop.
Wow.
Bring it together into a ball. Roll it in some more flour if it is too sticky. Then you want...
I just wanted to look because I'm looking from the side, and while you were adding the water, I wasn't quite sure how much you added in order for it to form the consistency you want.
So go slowly. So a little bit at a time. So maybe a teaspoon at a time until you see that the pastry is coming together. Form it into a ball. Cling wrap and then into the fridge to rest for at least an hour before you roll it out and you line your pastry case or your tart tin, and that's as easy as it is.
So this will be the same pastry that goes at the bottom.
At the bottom,
put your filling in, and the same that goes on the top.
At the top, absolutely. Okay. And the problem is when you have pastry at the bottom is a soggy bottom. You don't want a soggy bottom.
No, we don't like soggy bottom.
Blind bake the pastry. So bake it before you put the filling in.
Okay, great. Yeah. The recipe is available on Expresso.com.
Absolutely, we have many pastry recipes on the website.
Yeah. So Gugu, you'll try it out at home, ne?
Okay, thank you.
And then when it works out, send us a picture. Tell us on, please.
Yeah.
Excellent. Gugu from Durban there. Beautiful. That's quite nice. Thank you very much, Zola. Okay, we're going to be back again with the Culinary Hotline Bling. 10 very shortly.
Well, Winner Home on Afternoon Express, brought to you by Private Property, is where you can follow the journey of 3 competing design duos as they decorate 3 homes, 1 room at a time. Now, if you vote for your favorite design duo, you stand a chance of winning the grand prize worth 3 million rand. Your choice of one of the 3 completed homes at the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate, as decorated by the design contestants, with finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone and premier appliances by Grundig. Now, you'll also automatically be entered for the bi-weekly giveaway, and the latest prize is a Grundig black glass door combi fridge valued at 8,999 rand. Visit privateproperty.co.za and get your entries in to win big. But also just remember to follow all the fun next week for double the excitement, as Winner Home will be coming to you Thursday and Friday afternoon.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Winner Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully designed homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grundig, with a total prize value of more than 3 million rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds, and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
So we're going to take the quickest of breaks from lessons in pastry to lessons in life. The Culinary Hotline is still open, 0214309881. Our Crackpot team is ready to take your calls.
And speaking about those lessons in life, we'll also help you out in your laundry department, helping you load your machine correctly. We'll bring you that and a whole lot more after the break.
C'est lui qu'on vient de refuser. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime,
promise on your cell phone. Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. Yes, we're shaking things up in the kitchen. Zolanene in the house. It's the Culinary hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. You give us a call. I love that at the back. 0214309881. Carmen from Cape Town is on the line. Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning, Katlejo. Good morning, team.
Great to have you on the line, Carmen. What's your question?
I would like to know, some recipes always call for onion powder or garlic powder. Do you use it instead of the fresh?
Ooh.
Or what is the thing?
Okay, so a lot of American style recipes, so barbecue sauces and those type of things, use onion or garlic powder. It's real garlic, so let's not talk about real and fake garlic. It is real garlic.
It's not fake news. Not fake news.
Dehydrated and ground up and made into a spice. It's like dried ginger, for example. It's exactly the same concept. You can interchange the two, but usually, you know, the onion powder and the garlic powder dissolves into liquids. Whereas if you were to chop up some garlic or even crush garlic, you still get the bits in it. So you can interchange the two. It just depends on what you're making. So if I was making a pasta sauce, for example, I'd definitely use the fresh garlic because you want that sort of, you know, punch of garlic flavor, that fresh garlic flavor. But if I was making a sauce, for example, I might want a little bit of a mild garlic. Or if I was crumbing chicken and I wanted to add, you know, garlic flavor to the crumb, I would then use the powdered garlic or the powdered onion. So you can use both. They both are garlic. But it's just up to you.
Just in different forms.
Yeah, in different forms.
Is the rule that
one is a spice and one is fresh.
Is the rule that fresh equals more flavor?
Not always.
Not always.
Not
Depends
always.
on the spice.
It depends on the spice.
We need to go back to India. Just so we can have, you know, we need to have like a little diagram, that like spectrum of which spices apply where. But thank you very much. Great question, Carmen. Let's talk about icing. One question that we did get was from Andrea Lyons, who said, I'd like to know how to make my own marzipan icing at home. And then also on this little station over here, we're going to talk about making the perfect basic icing. But let's start with the marzipan first, shall we?
Okay, so marzipan icing is something, it's very old world.
Yes.
A lot of older people, excuse me, really enjoy marzipan because it's traditional in Christmas cakes and cakes as such.
Yes.
Because people, it's sort of the layer underneath the white layer on a wedding cake, you know, traditional wedding cake.
That's what it is.
So it's got an almond flavor to it. Here, you taste some.
Almond, please.
Almond, excuse me.
Here we go.
You can make it at home yourself, but you can also buy it, and it's equally as good. You see, it's an old flavor.
It reminds me of something back home, like Christmas cake, grandmother
and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Very simple to make. All you need, put it into a food processor, very quick to make. Ground almonds, icing sugar. Mix those together in a food processor. Then you want to add the almond essence just to pump up that almond flavor from the nuts. And then you add some egg white, and that'll come together to a dough. Take it out of the machine, roll it in some more icing sugar just to get the firmness, because this is the texture that you're looking for. And that's it. It's only these ingredients.
I've just realized that for the first time in my life, I've just tasted what almonds taste like. You know what I mean? Like when you have it in ice cream and it's crunchy, 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 you swallow and it's done.
Right.
With that, I've just gotten the taste.
Exactly. It's an almond icing, basically.
Wow. Okay.
That's
great
all marzipan is. Very
Let's
simple
talk
to
about
make.
here a question that came through from Shannon Defile. Oh, Defile. Who said, how does one make the perfect icing?
The perfect butter icing. Kat, you're going to be my machine, so you take that. All you need is some butter softened. Whisk, whisk, whisk. A bit of flavoring and some icing sugar. The ratios that I usually work with is 1 part butter to about 3 parts icing sugar. So all you do is mix these together. Add a flavoring. So if you wanted vanilla icing, you'd add vanilla essence. If you wanted lemon icing, you'd add either lemon essence or lemon zest.
Okay.
If you wanted some chocolate icing, then you would substitute about a cup of this icing sugar for cocoa powder. Then you add your flavoring. Then you mix. You can use a machine or you could use a katlejo. Mix, mix, mix until it's smooth, and then you can just spread it on top of your cakes, on top of your cupcakes, on whatever you like.
Terms and conditions apply. The katlejo messes, the machine might not. Okay. And then
so you can see it's coming. It's going to come together and become really smooth, spreadable, and then you can use it as you would use icing.
Okay, so I'm about 30 seconds into this. So when we come back, hopefully it will be done. I'm just going to carry on with it.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, cool.
Carry on.
Here we go.
Well, the Katlego 2.0 finishes the job. We all love to post about food and share our yummy recipes online. But this World Food Day, and that's Monday the 16th of October, NOR are urging all of us to use our social media influence to help combat hunger in South Africa. Every time you share the hashtag #ShareAMealSA, they are going to, along with Food Forward South Africa, donate a real meal to someone in need. One share equals one meal. And we urge you all to please visit Expresso on Facebook and on Twitter, share that hashtag #ShareAMealSA post and help stop hunger in its tracks, one post at a time.
Thank you so much, G. Well, you know what? At some point or another, we've all been guilty of overloading the washing machine. And whatever the reason has been for this, maybe you just wanted to get the job done, it really doesn't justify damaging your washing machine.
That's true. Well, Bosch and Omo Auto, they've been designed to cope with any washing load. But the question is, how much laundry actually makes a full load? Well, let's find out.
If you're anything like me, convenience is of the utmost importance. And when it comes to laundry day, I more often than not load my washing machine to the brim, which is not good for my clothes or the machine. Today, we learn exactly how to load our washing machine correctly.
It might seem like a no-brainer to simply put laundry into a washing machine. However, paying attention to the recommended wash load weight is vitally important.
Nicole, how important is it for us to load our washing machine correctly? And what is the recommended load for this machine?
It's vitally important to load the machine correctly. This is a 9-kilogram machine equipped for larger loads. For the best results, you should not bunch or stuff your clothing into the drum. The looser the clothes, the better the wash.
And how do we know when we've put enough washing into the machine?
Load your washing loosely and ensure that there's approximately a 10-centimeter gap between the clothes and the top of the drum. This will ensure that the clothes can wash nicely through the water and get the full benefit of the mechanical action.
And I guess the type of detergent you use is very important as well.
Yes, Bosch recommends using Omo Auto for tough stain removal, no matter the size or the dirtiness of the load.
Regardless of how advanced the washing machine is, the detergent plays an important part in delivering excellent wash results. That's why Bosch recommends Omo Auto.
When you can't skip laundry day, switch to Omo Auto. Just a quick wash for tough stain removal.
Welcome back to Katlego and Zola's cupcake icing making business. No, I'm lying. It's the Culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. We got a call on the line. Bernie from PE. Good morning, Bernie.
Hi, Bernie.
Morning, Katlego and Zola. I just want to know here that making banana loaf.
Yes.
Do I still need to use eggs into it?
You do? You do need some eggs. It makes it so much more richer. It makes it also lighter. It also helps with the raising.
Yes.
There are recipes that don't use egg. And we do have quite a few recipes on the website as well for different types of banana loaf. But traditionally, yes, it does get bananas as well as eggs.
Fantastic, Bernie. Thank you so much. Send us a picture of your banana loaf. Maybe even invite us for banana loaf and cookies.
Okay,
one of my favorites.
thanks,
Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, thanks, bye. Let's take this question. Whenever, this is from Geraldine from Grassy Park, which is whenever she makes a fridge tart, right? She finds that the jelly cracks while setting. Geraldine, you're on the line right now. Geraldine, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, tell us about your culinary conundrum while you're making a fridge tart. What's happening?
Do I make a fridge tart?
Yes.
I can't understand it because it's very clear.
Okay, so tell us, what is your question?
For the fridge tart?
Yes. So you said here that, go ahead, go.
Yeah. If I put on my jelly, my fruit, and then my jelly on top. And I put it on a plate, and I put it in the fridge again. If I take it out, then the jelly is cracked.
Okay, all right. Let's take that on.
Okay, so jelly is quite a sensitive or delicate substance. So it's probably the fruit that you're putting underneath it. It's cracking it up. So maybe next time, set your fridge tart, then put the fruit on top. Then you'll find that it won't set. Also, if your jelly is too thick, It also has a tendency to crack when you sort of take it out the fridge. So the solution there is literally what's happening is the moisture from the fruit is sort of dissolving the gelatin, and that's what's causing it to crack. It's sort of weakening the structure, if you will.
Okay.
Absolutely. So this is my version of a fridge tart, and all I do is put the fruit on top, and look at that, it's beautifully set.
Goodness.
And there's no crackerage.
That looks so Jean.
Isn't it?
What's in there? What's underneath? What's
okay,
the
so
crumbs?
at the bottom we've got some biscuits and some butter mixed together. Then the filling, the jelly filling, the fridge tart filling, is some strawberry jelly that you mix with some hot water, cream cheese, whipped cream, mix the three together, pop it into whatever mold that you're having, put that in the fridge to set, and then pop your fruit on top.
Yeah, okay, as simple as that. Geraldine, thank you so much for your question. Thank you to everybody that called in with their questions, and on Facebook, of course. Keep sending them through to us. We'll see you next week for the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Made with love by Clover.
The Culinary Hotline, always fun and exciting, isn't it? That's why we love a Wednesday. But listen, if you have missed it, the cast of Bold and the Beautiful, they will be coming down to South Africa. Yep.
Very exciting.
That's going to be cool. We'll tell you more about that just now.
That's right. And we're not done in the kitchen yet. It's all about making the perfect classic custard slice. You do not want to miss out on that. We'll see you after the break.
Dreaming of prizes, fame and fortune? It's now your chance of a lifetime to join your favorite celebrities in paradise and become famous like them on Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives. Plus, a chance to win a shared smooth 1 million rand. Buy Tropica, enter and come to the auditions on Saturday the 14th of October at the Zone, Johannesburg. Grab a Tropica for details. There's nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to this beautiful Wednesday morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, SABC3's most watched show, The Bold and the Beautiful, has been broadcasting for 30 years now. And earlier, we got the exclusive news that the cast are heading to Mzansi to visit with all of their fans. And we got the chance to catch up with 3 of them via video feed from the United States, Carla Mosley, Heather Tom, and Jacob Young, to find out a little bit more about how excited they are. And firstly, guys, what are you looking forward to most visiting South Africa?
the culture,
so many
cuisine.
things. Yeah, I've actually been there before, so I have a lot of friends to catch up with, and I'm really excited to meet all of you. And
I think we're going to have an opportunity to go on safari and Kruger, so I just can't wait. I'm going to bring my son, so he's going to get to experience that too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
And food, just
food.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we have lots and lots of food for you. Now, of course, Bold and the Beautiful being on air now for 30 years, I can imagine that most of you guys were kids when the first episode aired. So how does it feel to be part of such a production that has such crazy longevity?
Old? No, it's awesome. It's great. I mean, it's amazing that the show has been around for 30 years.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to be a part of a show like this that's been it's so internationally popular, and we have a great time. We have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, to think about, some shows have a season, and to have been around for 30 years is incredible, and it says something about our story, the people who are writing it, and then also the fans who are watching it, and we're just really grateful that you all have been watching and with us for so long.
And you talk about an international fan base, not just here in South Africa, all over the world, people love the show. So what does it mean for you guys to be able to visit your fans all across the world?
I think it's always interesting to see the different culture of fans in different countries. Jacob and I, a couple of years ago, went around to a couple different countries, and everyone had a different, some people were really shy and stood back, and some people are in your face. So we'll see. What do you guys got to offer?
It's always fun to hear what people are excited about and which characters and what storylines, and it's unbelievable to travel overseas and see the excitement that this show produces. So, yeah, we can't wait.
And then to hear your voice dubbed sometimes.
Yes,
which
that's kind of nuts.
Fun too.
I can't wait to meet every single one of you.
Yes.
Well, prepare to get a lot of love, because I can tell you South African fans are super excited to have you here, and so are we. So thank you very, very much. Good luck on your travels, and make sure that you at home stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show, because we are going to have the cast of The Bold and the Beautiful here in our studios a little bit later on this month. Keep your eye on our social media feed for more details.
Well, if you, like me, love binge-watching cooking shows, then the Professioneel on SABC2 will have you on the edge of your seat. Now, tonight on SABC2 is the second last episode of Ruben Riffel's masterpiece, and things are definitely heating up. Now, if you haven't heard of the show, it's all about putting deserving chefs in the kitchens when they will be able to grow and shine. Over the last 11 episodes, they went from 20 students to 10 contenders, and in last week's episode, we saw 5 of them leave the competition. Now, in these episodes, the students were presented with a surprise basket full of secret ingredients, which they then need to turn into a spectacular dish. This includes having to plan, prepare, and present their dishes to Ruben Riffel and a guest chef who will be evaluating their performance. They must also pair their dishes with a wine of their own choice. In tonight's episode, the 5 remaining contestants will go up against each other in the semi-finals that will have you literally sitting on the edge of your seat. Tonight, the episode adds a little bit of South African flavor with a braai. So don't miss Professioneel tonight on SABC2 at 7 p.m.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hou op kook! Die aanbieding is redelijk soort van eenvoudig, maar vars. Al die elementen is daarop. Ek hou van die soetsuur van die tamarind saam met die volstruis. Ek dink dit werk. Ek moet sê uit al die bestanddele voel ek hy het seker die maklikste bestanddeel gekies om mee te kook. Maar
met goeie kreatiwiteit aan die orde van die dag.
Ja. Nou dit was nou nie een van die maklikste uitdagings nie. Maar ek moet sê ek was baie beïndruk. Ek was 'n bietjie skepties oor jou dis. Snaaks genoeg, jou vleis was eintlik heerlik. Glad nie oordonderende russie geur gewees nie.
Die broodjie veral wat jy bygesit het, ek bietjie my bedenkinge daaroor gehad, maar dit was baie lekker gewees en baie smaaklik, en die swart knoffel het baie deurgeskemer daarin.
So don't miss Professioneel tonight on SABC2 at 7 p.m. And speaking of the palate, custard slices are a traditional treat in South Africa and is a firm family favorite. Now, a quick and oh-so-creamy clover 5-ingredient fix made by sandwiching classic custard between layers of crispy pastry is all the goodness you'll need this morning.
The beloved custard slice is without a doubt the perfect complement to everyone's cup of tea. Learn how to make this delicious treat with Clover Classic Custard and delight your family. You will need Clover Classic Vanilla Custard, lemon juice, corn flour, puff pastry. Cut pastry into 6 cm by 8 cm rectangles and place on a baking tray to bake for 30 minutes. While the pastry is baking, make a paste with corn flour, lemon juice and water. Pour in and heat your Clover Classic Vanilla Custard over a moderate temperature and stir in the corn flour paste. Stir continuously until the mixture boils and thickens. Slice the pastry rectangles in half, piping a spoonful of creamy classic custard into each one, and then put the tops back on. Sprinkle with icing sugar and serve this classic custard slice fresh.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, that looks absolutely delicious. And Clover's classic custard slices are certainly bringing back memories. And just like family vacations or trips with friends, some of the best memories mark some of the big moments in your life. So let's take a look at some of your hashtag classic moments. We asked you on social media. Mine is whenever the family comes to visit in Cape Town. But you have to say, Renuka says, my birthday in July, enjoying my last year before I'm going to be called a senior. Can't believe how the years have gone by. Enjoy each precious moment, celebrate life because tomorrow is not promised. I really, really love that. Janine says, way to go, Zoe. Appreciate them while you can because you are God's gift to them. Thank you so much for that, Janine. Hillary says, Christmas in 2014. Can't wait to do it this year again. And before you know it, it is that season, time for Christmas. Well, continue to connect with us. Head on over to social media and remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show.
It's time now to broach a rather sobering reality and our world as it is at the moment. So according to the 2017 Global Slavery Index, more than 248,000 South Africans are trapped in a form of modern-day slavery right now. And if we extrapolate that, that number leads to 27 million men, women and children around the world. This is not in history, this is right now. Every year, the global anti-human trafficking non-profit organization A21, they host the hashtag Walk for Freedom in a number of cities around the world to understandably raise awareness around this. And we are joined by Katie Madrao, the South African country manager for A21. Hi. Katie, it's been wonderful to get to know you as briefly as we've connected. This is almost unbelievable to think that we have more slaves now in this modern day world that we live in than ever before in history. Can you explain what is modern day slavery? What does that translate to?
So modern-day slavery is exactly that, is taking somebody against their will and exploiting them for your own personal gain. What I like to describe it as is treating someone like a commodity. So you go down to the grocery store, you need bread and milk every day, you run out of bread and milk, you need it again, you go and buy it. That's exactly what human trafficking does. Treats a person like a commodity. When they're of no use to you anymore, I'll just go down the street and find someone else vulnerable to exploit and make money off of.
And I think the darkest edge of that would be sex trafficking, child trafficking, those sorts of things. How did A21 come about? What was the motivation there to address it on this level, in social media especially?
Definitely. So exactly that is child trafficking. Our founder, Christine Kane, saw posters in a Greek airport one day with children 3-4 years old, and she asked her host, what are these children doing on the walls in the airport? And they said most of these children are probably caught in the sex trade. And 9 years ago, that's how A21 started. And now we're in 12 different countries around the world.
I love the fact that you've chosen to use social influencers as a very powerful activation tool. What is happening? How do we get involved with the hashtag Walk for Freedom?
So you get involved by coming along. The Walk for Freedom basically is to shine a spotlight on slavery everywhere so that we can actually use this as a catalyst to rescue victims and restore survivors with the funds that we raise from the walk. So if you're in Cape Town, if you're in Joburg, wherever you are, we've got 15 walks around the country. You can jump onto a21.org/walk and sign up there. Or otherwise, if you're in Cape Town, just pitch up at Cape Town High School at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. and we'll kick off the walk at 8:30.
I love the fact that this is a global village now. It's not just a South African problem, it's a global issue. How many countries are involved with this year's campaign?
This year's campaign, we have just over 50 countries taking part, which amounts to a little over 400 walks. So not all of them are run by our officers. It's run by passionate people like yourself and others here who just want to shine a spotlight on slavery.
So how much of an impact does the social media element have? What numbers do you look for? How many times do you want to see this hashtag going out there? What's the goal?
We want a trend, and we want to make this a global, absolutely a global fiasco, if you want to say that. We want to see it starting from when Australia starts with the first walk, right, to when, sure, who does the last walk around the world. Just seeing hashtag walk for freedom, hashtag walk for freedom. We want people who don't get up on a Saturday morning to walk. We want them to have their Twitter feeds and their Insta feeds flooded with the pictures of the walk for freedom.
I love the fact that you've dedicated your life to this cause now, not where you started out as a professional, but this has really captured you. Why do you do it? Why should people get involved?
Why not? I've got two hands, I'm capable, I have children of my own, and I see that there is a real need in our country and in our world. And if I'm able, and you know, why not? Everybody can do something. I might not be able to stop human trafficking on my own, but I'm one person of very many passionate, and I can do my part to make a difference in my world.
And I know you've got another little one on the way as well, so congratulations.
I do indeed, thank you.
Let's make it a better world for him or her when they arrive. Katie, thank you so much for your incredible enthusiasm. So choose the side of freedom. Join the walk coming up this coming Saturday, the 14th of October. If you want to register, then you can visit a21.org/walk. That's a21.org/walk. And the walk will start at Cape Town High School, and you can get all of the information that you need on their website. That's a21.org/walk. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you now.
Good boy! It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Wednesday morning it is. Hope you've enjoyed it with us. We've got another exciting show coming to you tomorrow. Manouche, one of my favorite bands, live performance tomorrow on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's going to be lekker.
That's going to be very cool. We'll also take a look at some hairstyle guides, Balmain hairstyle guides, and what you need to know in the hairstyle industry with Guido.
What does it look like?
Guido Rager.
Is that how they do the hairstyle?
Wham! Balmain!
And then, of course, JP Sebastian is in the house, and we're talking about the movie The Snowman, so you might want to check it out.
It looks as scary. Abominable, yeah. So yeah, lots coming up.
So guys, we always like to round off the show with a little moment of laughter, a little bit of fun, something quite random, and don't be that guy, okay? So this story, it's actually not a guy, it's a female ostrich, and they say, when you're happy and you know it, just stomp your feet. Look at the reaction of this beautiful ostrich when it met her owner. Check it out. So this morning we'll say, be that guy. Go out there and dance today, man.
Be that girl in that case.
Can you teach ostriches to do like other things though? So that's a start. That's like one small step for ostriches now. Can you like
do the fin?
Now you go. Now let's do this and let's see whether you can actually take off.
That's inspired you this morning.
Oh well, listen. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you guys again bright and early tomorrow morning. Be good and safe out there. Can we say bye now?
We love you.
Bye bye. on, grab some.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.